What's up, squad? Chad here. Today I'm going to share a little video here about what it's like to work remotely, completely remotely from Airbnbs, and how you might be able to do that for yourself. If you don't know me, I'm Chad. I work completely remotely in tech sales, and I've been able to travel to Airbnb for quite some time now, and that's one of the big things about tech sales that I like. And I'm just going to share some tips for someone who is probably interested in remote work and wondering what it's like and how you might be able to work from Airbnbs and do things like this and travel. Currently in Miami right now, so let's hop in the place and I'll show you around and show you some of the stuff that helps me work effectively and have fun at the same time. All right, so before we actually get into this video, I haven't had coffee yet this morning, so I'm really gonna just brew some up right now, have a sip, and that'll help this all go smoother for both of us. All right, so we got some supply here, just some necessities like a sickening amount of pineapples, bananas, we got some water, kitchens here, we got in the fridge, we got like a ton of good stuff, like ton of steak here. I love stocking up with steak on the road just because I hit the gym and it helps me get my protein in, and eggs are so good too. Also have these liquid deaths, not sponsored by them at all, but these sparkling waters are like just so good, and there's a ton of water in these cans, and it's just something I enjoy while working to just sip on. Can't forget about the juice. Super obsessed with this not from concentrate juice, actual pineapple juice that is not preserved or doesn't have too much bad stuff. All right, so before you guys make fun of me, this is actually where I've been getting the most work done. Literally just on this couch here with a chair. The Airbnb has some tables over here and like places to sit and work, so it's not such a big deal, but I've honestly been vibing so much just working here. Got an outlet right there. I can plug my stuff in. And to be honest, I don't need a monitor. When I first got into tech sales, it was just almost about 2 years ago now. I used to think that I needed this like huge monitor setup, like dual monitors. And I had that. I had 2 monitor setups, and I thought I would be more productive, and this is just a funny little tip. I was less productive with 2 monitors than I was just using the good old laptop. Why? Because I don't know, it narrows my focus in on just one screen instead of having other screens to look to. I would always get distracted by having like my team's report dashboards of like our daily activity, our calls, our emails on the screen to like kind of be competitive with each other. And I would always, whenever I was like doing something, whenever I was making a call to a prospect, sending an email, I would just find myself getting pulled over to the right on the screen on the right and just getting distracted. So now it's so cool because I can just use a laptop and I end up being more productive. So I'm glad I learned that. And what's also cool about just getting used to working on the laptop is it allows me to go like to a cafe or go to a hotel. Here's a video of me and one of my other friends who's also in remote sales, kicking it at a hotel. We're just using our laptops, just working. And this is one of the things that's so fun about being able to go to cool places, kind of expand out of your hometown and kind of just be independent for a while. And this is what I've been doing pretty much since getting into tech sales. So let's talk about what you need to travel with. But to cover all our bases, all you need is literally just Wi-Fi, a laptop, maybe some headphones. Sometimes I don't even use them, but they're good for internal meetings, especially if I'm out at a hotel and there's noise in the background. But that's pretty much all you need. That's all you need to get good work done. And if you can prove it to yourself that you can get good work done without even using a monitor, super great. So yeah, that's just my little 2 cents. Let's talk about my travel setup and my bags. I don't have too many. I just have like a select few clothes, but I have a secret way of doing laundry that I think is gonna blow you guys' mind. So these are literally 2 of the bags that I travel with that give me everything I need. That bag has enough room for like little necessities, deodorant stuff, whatever, and my laptops that I have. I actually have 2 laptops, one personal, one for work. But that bag covers that as well as other belongings. This is all my clothes. Now it's a little messy because everything's kind of strewn out of here, but I literally just have one bag for clothes. I guess you could call me a minimalist, but I just like simple stuff. I pretty much just wear like black t-shirts, some sweatpants, and I have like one nice outfit with like some nice shoes. But I keep it really simple and I don't really have too many things, which also just helps me like kind of just clear my mind. Like having not so many things is pretty cool for the effects that it has on your brain. And sometimes the Airbnbs do have laundry machines, but sometimes the ones that I stay at don't. In this case, this one actually doesn't, which is fine because there is a laundromat down the road. However, I like to be super efficient and use all my time, and I honestly don't like doing my own laundry. So what I use is this crazy service. Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is just me calling out what works for me while traveling from Airbnb to Airbnb. It's called Poplin, and all I did was download the app and put all my dirty clothes in this hamper that you see here, and I just left it outside. And then somebody, similar to how Uber works, came, got the dirty clothes, went and washed them, and brought them back. It was actually pretty cheap too. And then they brought them back super fresh and folded. All my stuff is literally folded up in these bags. I ripped open the bags, but they were nice and closed. Had my name on them too. Chad, 4.6 pounds. I guess that's like almost half of the clothes that I own. 4.6 pounds, not too much. But anyways, this is a dope way to just get your laundry done on the road. It's so cool. I would definitely be using it again. Let's have a quick coffee chat. So I used to watch videos like these where it's like people were working from Airbnbs and they were working in like tech or like a product manager. There was some kind of role that was fully remote and they were able to just work whenever from an Airbnb and not have to be somewhere specific. And this fascinated me, and it's one of the things that sparked me to search out a role like tech sales. And now that I'm in it, I'm kind of used to being able to travel and buy an Airbnb from this place to go to next in the next month, which I've actually done. I've got next up is going to be a solo trip for that because it's up in the mountains in nature, and I'm actually going to enjoy unplugging and spending some time to think about things and get some clarity. Right now I'm with one of my friends who I might have mentioned that is also in remote sales, and it's kind of cool to just work together and make calls to people, send emails, and just work in the same room, make coffee. But anyways, got a little sidetracked there, but it's kind of normal for me now to be able to do something like this. And I was just talking about it with my friend, and we were saying like, people think that it's so like crazy that we get to just be in across the country in 1 month, from 1 month to the next. And we realize like, it's really not that crazy. It's just where we positioned ourselves. And for us, we positioned ourselves in remote sales. For me specifically, remote tech sales. For a few reasons. I think it's a great industry. I think it has good income potential. I think that the culture is super nice and remote because it operates fully remotely. Software, it's kind of, just on the computer. If you have Wi-Fi, like you can hop on a Zoom meeting with your team. You can use it to make calls from people. And I mean, in the role, if you're curious about what I do on a day-to-day, I have another video where I kind of do more day in the life, but I've been wanting to get more of the nitty gritty of what it actually looks like, strategies for people who are in tech sales. But I also have a video on how you can break into tech sales and kind of what it is specifically, more nitty gritty. But I also like making videos like this where I kind of just have a little chat with you about what the lifestyle looks like, because at the end of the day, work can be fun and I do enjoy the role. It's about what you can do from the work and like outside of work. It's about getting paid enough to where you can do things that you want. And it's about having freedom to where you're not tied to a specific spot. For tech sales, it gives me the freedom and flexibility to travel and expand my awareness and see more places while I'm young. And it also calms me down because it kind of it's helping having consistent income that I'm in control of. If I want to work harder 1 month, I'll make more that month.
So it's kind of calming to be able to have a vehicle like that to make the amount of money that I want to put effort into, while still having more time on my hands, not having to commute to an office that I can spend on things that I'm passionate about. And if you guys have seen videos in the past, you know I'm passionate about like music, spirituality. I'm a super geek about like frequencies and finding out how to like manipulate sound in different way, and just a music guy and an entrepreneur who likes to make content and just share value to the world in areas that I've been helped and areas that have helped me change my life. And if I'm being honest, I was in a really bad place when I was kind of just working a job that was super stressful, but it wasn't giving me any skills. I felt like it wasn't giving me any good skills. Yeah, maybe I was getting some communication skills by communicating internally with a team. But before I was in tech sales, I really didn't like the job that I was in. It was kind of just like admin work, dealing with numbers, and there was a lot of work, and I felt like I wasn't being productive in that role. I felt like I wasn't learning so much, more so was just getting tasks done for someone else. And I am so happy with the difference that I have now, because in a role like sales, you'll learn so much. And you'll provide value to the company you work for by selling what they have, but you also provide value to yourself at the same time by building yourself into someone who's a good communicator, who's good at persuasion, who is self-developed, who is good at time management. You learn so much for yourself, and it's fun too, but you learn so much for yourself that helps build you into a better person at the same time. So that if you're someone who, like me, is entrepreneur minded and wants to build a business one day and build something of their own, you'll have the skills to do that, because sales is kind of like a prerequisite to entrepreneurship. But anyways, all right, well, that's all for this video. My friend and I are about to go out to a hotel nearby and work. It's a really nice one that has some nice views, and they got good Wi-Fi. And yes, it's a weekend, but we're gonna do some work. I'm probably gonna do some editing. I just like to work sometimes. I like to get ahead. And if you're someone like that, maybe consider sticking around the channel, because I talk a lot about work, mindset, getting ahead, freedom, traveling. So yeah, and if you want to learn more about tech sales, I have actually built out and done a lot of hard work on this free guide that is kind of like a book. I always wanted to write a book. This is a mini version of my book that I'm eventually going to write down the line, but this is a book, little guide, not too long. You can download it by clicking the first link in the description. And something I'm also building out, if you want to get early access to, is a community where I'm gonna gather people who are interested in learning more about tech sales and want more specific steps and videos and specifics on like the nitty-gritty stuff. So the second link in the description is gonna be that, if you wanna check it out. But otherwise, I enjoyed kicking it with you. I hope you are able to do some fun things like this. If you already are, reach out to me over email. I think I have my email somewhere. You can find it in one of the links. But yeah, anyways, chat soon. Enjoyed chatting with you. Coffee, Chad out.